Let's go check out Campeche.
Today we are parked right here in front of the Capitol building of the state of Campeche, which is that building there, and we are going to take a tour of Campeche and take you along with us.
We're ready. Let's do this. One of the things that Campeche is known for is the big stone wall that goes all around the central historic area of the city. What happened was Campeche used to be besieged by pirates. They would come in and pillage and plunder. And so actually, fun fact, Campeche is the site of the biggest pirate attack in history. 20 pirate ships attacked all at one time. And so in response, they built this big stone wall. Unfortunately, it took 50 years to construct. So by the time the wall was finished, the pirate age had kind of wrapped up a little bit. But it's still awesome to see. So this is 59th Street, and it's a peatonal, a pedestrian-only walkway, and there's restaurants lining almost the entire thing. And it's really cool because they put their tables outdoors. It's a really fun place to eat and do some people watching. One of the reasons that Campeche has been designated one of Mexico's 10 World Heritage Sites by UNESCO is because of the beautiful architecture. One of the nicknames of the city is the Rainbow City, and you will see that with all the colors on the buildings. This is Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception Cathedral in Campeche. It's located on the main square of the city. It was built over a really long period of time, 1540 to 1760. It's a Baroque style building, but it has some neoclassical features, and it's famous for a monument called the Holy Burial of Christ that's actually carried along the main streets of the city every Good Friday. Walking into the cathedral, I'm struck more by what I don't see than by what I do. We've been into so many Roman Catholic churches in Mexico now, and usually they're gilded, they're flashy, there's a lot of ornamentation. By contrast, this cathedral is very austere, very simple, plain and white, with few ornamental markings. It's a very different style of architecture. So on this side of the square is the cathedral, but right behind me is a free museum about the city of Campeche, and that's where we're heading next. So this is the cathedral that we just saw, but if we zoom out, we can see the whole fortification wall of the city that was built.
There's different symbols that mean different things.
Tell me about it.
So, this symbol is pirates. What's a pirate?
So this is pretty cool. This is actually the title designating Ciudad de Campeche and the historical fortresses here as a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you can see that it's signed there at the bottom by the director of UNESCO.
We have to go up. Right, Mommy?
What is that, Caspian?
It's a galleon.
And it's like your book where you can see the insides of things, remember?
This museum is really cool. It's free, and they've got great displays. This galleon, it's hard to get because it's all enclosed in glass, but it's cut apart. Some artifacts from the day.
Whoa.
What? What do you think, Caspian?
What does this symbol mean?
Looks like they have cannonballs in there, but it's like you're on the deck of a ship right now.
Oh, are we on board?
Yeah.
Wow.
Cannons.
spanker. Watch out for that part. The lower spanker.
Caspian needs a spanking. Is that what you said?
The lower spanker.
That was really a lot of fun. Really gave a lot of context to the city. And my favorite part was Caspian and how much he loved the pirate ship.
I was the deckhand. I lighted the cannons, did the tour, mopped the floor. Daddy was captain. Mom was the sidekick for the captain. It was a lot of fun.
We were just pretending to be pirates.
Yeah, we didn't get that on video, but it was really funny. Caspian was running around, pretending to be a deckhand, checking out for pirates, lighting the cannonballs. Lots of fun.
We've been sitting in the square for a few minutes, just kind of recuperating and looking at some restaurant reviews on Google, and it looks like we found a spot. It's only a 2-minute walk, so we're gonna go around the corner and see if we can find it.
So I think it's right up here on the right.
They have a really extensive cocktail menu, and so I ordered the Bramble. Cheers.
All right, our plates are here. I got the shrimp. Brittany got pak mule that we're gonna share with Caspian, and then we got some little French fries that Caspian's gonna enjoy. You ready, Caspian? Muchas gracias. Gracias, muchas gracias.
All right.
That was pretty good.
It was really good. It was a smaller menu and a lot of it was unfamiliar food, so we kind of took a chance, but it was excellent. I loved it. And now it's time for Caspian to have a rest. But before we go back to the Jeep, we're going to go see the Malecón. So Campeche reminds me a lot of St. Augustine in Florida. St. Augustine and Campeche were constructed around the same time. They're both port cities. They both have the Spanish colonial architecture and the walls. And we haven't been to the fort here, but there's a fort here too, like there is in St. Augustine. So as soon as we were rolling into town, that's where it reminded me of, was St. Augustine. And I love St. Augustine. If you do too, you should come to Campeche.
This is the Malecón of Campeche, the boardwalk essentially along the waterfront. And you can imagine what Brittany mentioned earlier, that the largest pirate attack in history took place in these waters just outside the city.
There were two environmental conditions that made Campeche such an ideal port and the only major port on the whole Yucatan Peninsula. One was that there was an absence of marshland, and two was that it was shallow enough here at the shoreline that they could bring little boats in and dock. And so those two things started off Campeche as a port. And yes, I'm a mom. I'm holding like the craziest things right now. I don't even know.
So for those curious as to where we camped, there's the water. And we are parked right across the street here in this parking lot right here, which is next to the Capitol building of Campeche. We're heading back to Dauntless now so Caspian can take his nap.
Home sweet home. Right off on the Malecón. It's not too bad of a camping site. And it's really cool at night. We can see the towers of the cathedral all lit up. It's beautiful. Right out my bedroom window. Thanks so much for joining our tour of Central Campeche today, for discovering the city along with us. We love this place and could definitely spend a few more days here, but we are heading up the Yucatan Peninsula to see the rest of it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Come join our community on Patreon. Leave us a comment. We'd love to answer your questions as we experience this life of full-time overlanding around the world. We'll see you next time.